Yo, I see you guys are pouring in. A good viewer count coming in. That's awesome to see.
My mic was muted. What's up, dude? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I know we got a couple viewers in here. It's good. Pre-stream, waiting for the countdown. It's good to see you guys in here.
Love it, man. Love it. Love to see it, dude. What's up, everybody? This is our Monday morning live stream. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you guys. We come to you live twice a week on Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and on Thursdays at 7 p.m. And hopefully we're going to be doing a little bit more in the coming weeks, guys. We hit a huge milestone on views for our first day. Like within like the first 8 hours, we broke a record, and it felt very nice to break that record. And I know we've been waiting on it for a long time. I mean, dude, just natural growth, man. That's what we're pushing for, man. Natural growth, keeping it real. And so far it's paying off, man. So it's good to see. Good to see.
Slow and steady wins the race. Now, you know, we had a very important show last week on Thursday. We said everybody have a good weekend, everyone chill out, don't worry too much.
Right.
And we kind of said, I know my call was 100%. I said we're going to slow bleed from 94,000. You go back and watch the show if you guys don't believe me. I said 94. We're gonna slow bleed over the weekend down to 92. I was right about that. What I was wrong about is I was thinking by Monday morning we were going to hit a freaking bounce on 92. So now, see, this is why we also picked Thursday and Monday, not only with the schedule, you guys,
Right.
because it kind of gives you a break in between, because you know how crypto is. Crypto likes to do some shit, and then it likes to just bore you or chill for a couple days. So the Monday, Thursday is great because the markets are open Thursday, Friday, and then we get to make our prediction. We usually have low volume on the weekend, and then we're right back here for you on Monday morning to give you a fresh new analysis. So the only thing I want to say real quick before we get into charts, before we get into price targets or any of that stuff, because I know that's what everyone's looking at right now, is it too late for the bounce? In other words, is this just a scam wick to flush out all the bears? Is this a scam wick? And can we recover by the end of the day at 92 and maybe even still have a bounce? Or are we screwed? That's basically what everyone I think wants to know right now. Are we going down there? Are we still looking at the CME gap? How low could that potentially go? Is there a range below us? We all know there is. We all know there is. What are the chances that we go there? And to be honest with you, Wes, before we even pull up a chart, the 73,000-ish to 90,000-ish range has not had a ton of market making going on. Let me repeat that. The $70,000 to $90,000 range has not had that much sideways price action over the last 13 years. So it's I know that's a very broad range and nobody wants to hear that shit. But the reality is that would clear a CME gap. That would super, super duper blow us into the stratosphere. If we did have to go into that range for a minute, you guys, I don't want to hear everyone bitching on the timeline. I don't want to hear it, because if we go down to that range, it'll be the best freaking thing that we could have ever done, because we do have resistance points down there that we've not bounced off of. We took the elevator right through that level anyway, you guys.
Right.
We blasted right through that level. At some point, the market makers are going to want to come back and make you walk up the steps. So I don't know if that happens after this bull run or slightly before it, but I'll tell you right now, I'd rather it do it before it. I would rather us go down there before the bull run, get the bullshit out of the way. And as much as it would decimate, and I mean decimate my portfolio, you guys have no clue. I would be absolutely decimated.
Yeah.
Temporarily, because I'm not going to sell. You know, that was basically my tweet this morning to Finkster. I said, go ahead, drop it, MFer. Go ahead and drop it. I'm tired of playing games. Let's just put the cards on the table. Fidelity and BlackRock. You guys want to play games? You want to scare everybody? Go ahead and drop it. I dare you. I double dare you, mother. That was the tweet I put. So anyway, that's my intro rant over. But I still, Wes, I'm excited, man. I still am hyped up. We got so many good possibilities on the table. Yeah. So much shit brewing in the background.
Yeah, I think that what's up, Crypto Holmes? I think that last week's episode, the previous episode was crucial, man. Very important. And mainly what we talked about was how low can we go? That was the name of the title of the video. How low can we go?
Get it, Holmes. Look, Holmes is like, I'm down 100K. It's all good.
Jesus, dude. Yeah, man. Holmes is a beast, y'all. Holmes is a beast.
Let's go.
But yeah, I mean, dude, it's important right now because everybody is calling for the cycle to be over, and I think we just need to keep, emphasizing that we're not even close, right? This is a pullback, man. These things are normal, they're natural, especially within Bitcoin. They are volatile, dude. It'll scare the shit out of the noobs. We lose people, we gain people. It is what it is, man. And we were talking about that liquidity down there at 92,000. We've gone there, we've wicked down there and hit it a few times. This time's a little different, man, because we've previously before, we wicked down real quick and then it got eaten right back up. Now what we're seeing is that slow trickle down, like you were saying, to that, high liquidity level around 92,000 and below. I mean, there's still a lot of liquidity down there. So is it worth it for them to take it down a couple extra thousand, man? Absolutely, dude. They absolutely will. And it's going to scare the shit out of a lot of people, man. A lot of people are going to be gone after this drop, man. And I do think that there's potential that we can go down lower. We're going to look at those levels. We're going to look at where the liquidity is and just kind of look at the overall picture, man. I think that is absolutely critical for everybody to pay attention to, not this short term, price swings. It's volatile, man. But if you zoom out and you look at the entire chart, on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, it actually looks really freaking good, man. So that's what we're going to focus on the most, I think.
I just wanted to go ahead and pull this up, Wes, because technically speaking, you guys, this still hasn't really broke what we called on Thursday. We're above 92K technically, only by $25. So we're not going to get too excited. But as you can see right here from the chart, we breached below at 91.3 and now
we've gone to 91.
Now immediately though, already back up to 92. So here's the thing. This does look like a bear flag. I'm just going to call it like it is. This is definitely right here. Looks bearish. Now, when you zoom in on it, this is the funny thing, man. When you zoom in on it, it's kind of like, okay, 94, 90, let's call 91, 300, and then sideways, right? But look at this as a bear flag. Usually at the bottom of a bear flag, you have this nice hook upwards. This isn't really a hook. This is kind of like almost like a dead cat bounce, but it's almost like a sideways and upward accumulation too. So I don't know, man. We're at 90, just under 92 by a couple of bucks.
91. Just went to 91.
Bitcoin, you're not doing me right here now. But here's the thing.
We expected this though, man.
We expected it.
We called it last week, man.
And we did. But that doesn't mean that your boy still doesn't want to see a nice bounce here. Maybe what they're doing right now is just saying, all right, chill at 92. They obviously didn't let us bounce. So they are suppressing. Someone is selling. Anyway, you slice it,
people are selling.
Someone is selling right now with the actual Bitcoin on the exchanges, because for us to not have a bounce here, I think a lot of selling has already happened. So what I'm going to say is, from a psychological standpoint, they've already sold a lot. So we have to keep that in mind. I'm trying to play the bull side right now instead of the bear side. The bull side is they haven't dropped it past 92 in reality. I mean, yeah, okay, you could say $1,000, but I don't count $1,000 as like, anywhere less than $1,000 doesn't even really count. We're still at 92K. We're still at 92K, bro. You're talking out of $100,000. That's not even a percent move. Seriously, that's a small move for Bitcoin. The higher up we go, it's going to be even less of that. So in other words, if Bitcoin moves $2,000 or $3,000 back in the day, it was a big deal. Now it's not as big of a deal because it's a higher number. So the fact that we didn't bounce to 98, that's a little bearish. That is bearish. And the total global market cap is definitely below 3.5. So I'm going to bring that up real quick, and then Wes, I'll let you pull some charts up. But this is something that we always have to keep an eye on, you guys. There's, and I might put us on the side. There we go. So total global, let's go over here to let's go to the weekly first. You can see it bottomed out at 3.42. We're already below that. 412, this was 425. So we're already breaking below this, which is not good. I was hoping we got a double bottom here. That's not what's going on. If you look at the 24-hour, we definitely already had a tremendous drop from, up in this range, almost 3.4, whatever, down to 3.35, which now we're below that 3.3. So that kind of sucks because the next level that we would drop below that. But see, I don't think that's gonna. I don't think we lose our. I don't think we lose 3 trillion, dude. Because if you look at this is sideways, and this is the best they got right now. It's possible. Let me look at the monthly. But look at this. It's almost like you're at the bottom of this falling wedge here. It's almost like how much more room do you got to drop? I mean, we should get a slight correction here around maybe 3.2 trillion, get a little bounce, and then maybe they push it a little further down. But I mean, when you look at this chart, if you look at the 3-month, this is the $3 trillion level way down here. So they would literally have to push a good bit, almost, $400 million they would have to bring out of the market to bring it all the way down to 3 trillion. And you bet your bottom dollar, I think we would get a bounce at 3 trillion. So let's see where Bitcoin's price was when total global was around 3 trillion. That's November 14th. Okay. So we'll go to November 14th, 2024. November 14th, 2024. And go to the 3-month. Did I say November 14th? I did, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
November 14th, 2024. Bitcoin's price was at $89,000, which is around that magical, still above my liquidation level, still in that $90,000 price range, which is only $2,000 away, which could validate the potential over the next couple days doing a slow bleed, maybe. I'm just guessing, guys. These are my thoughts. Just bear with me. Maybe a slow bleed over the week just to bore everyone and piss everyone off, right? Because they love to do that. Bring us down to 90,000 and try to shake some more people out, slow bleed down to 90,000. And then we're right at that $3 trillion mark. Now, I would tell you right now, if we lose that $3 trillion mark, Wes, then we should get panicked. I think 90,000, I think we're still good up until 89, 90,000. If we can hold above 89 or 90,000, that's my call for our safety net not breaking. In other words, you see this cliff right here? This is the cliff we need to be concerned about. Remember I said they took the elevator up? This is the elevator we took up. This is the elevator. It's actually on this chart. You can see it really well. So I can't really point. I wish there was a thing I could take these numbers off. But in the middle of the screen, you see the elevator, right? That's the range I was talking about earlier in the episode, 70,000 to 90,000. We took the elevator. We never took the steps. So the market makers, if they really wanted to be dicks, could bring us to that level, make us climb the steps here because we cheated. We didn't cheat, but we did take the elevator right here. And we didn't earn that, quote unquote, but really we did because we consolidated so long. I'm just saying, if they really wanted to do it, that range is still open, but $90,000. If we go down to 90 or 89, Wes, I will assimilate whether or not I think we go to that range. It's still too early for me to call. What say you? And do you want to just pull your charts up before you give your thoughts? Your mic is muted. Unmute your mic.
Yeah, I'll pull the charts up. Give me 2 seconds, man. Liam's home from school. I got to do something like super fast.
No worries. No worries. So I'm curious to see what he sees on Trading View. I'm just doing the simple analysis on basically all of CoinGecko, but we've been watching these levels like a hawk. So but yeah, let's see, Wes, whatever you want to pull up. If you're pulling up maybe not Lux or whatever, but at least Trading View or whatever you're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that, man. And again, I mean, I don't have a lot.
Oh,
on
and
here,
why
and I
you
know.
pull?
What's up, dude?
We got real quick, Wes. I just wanted to make the announcement because I think we might get in a little lag. You guys, we did say we're doing a video. We're doing a dedicated video. I want to make sure everyone knew. If you're tuning in from Cook or CT fam, shout out. We love you, and we are making a dedicated video after the stream. So that doesn't mean we're not going to talk about it on this stream because I'm going to bring it up. But I just want to let you know we are doing a separate dedicated video on those two projects and what's in store, what's actually cooking with those two projects. So make sure you tune into that. That will be released after this video, after we end the live session. So, but don't leave if you're from those, we're not tricking you into watching our live stream or no shit like that, but definitely don't miss the video we put out after this because we're going to really go into detail on both projects about everything we know about them and the people involved and why we're even bullish on them in the first place. Like what the hell, who cares, right? Why should you even care about these two coins? We're going to break that down in the video. So make sure you tune in because it's some alpha, dude. This is low cap alpha shit. So definitely don't miss it.
Yeah, excited for it, man. So we're going to be cutting out short today. A little early today, man, but we're going to be working on another video that you guys cannot miss out on, dude. Cannot miss out on. So make sure you tune in for that. But yeah, I mean, Crypto Holmes, what's he saying here? Do you think this is a fake out to the downside? Makes no sense to sell if you believe the best part of the bull run is yet to come. Yeah, it's definitely a fake out, man. And it's a good range right now. Oh, my camera dropped. There we go. All right, and it's a good range, dude. Like where we're at right now, man. Like we have gone up so fast in such a short time that like we need this pullback, man. This is super healthy, and we'll look at that here. My main focus today, dude, is going to be on the long term, on the weekly, on the monthly. I think this is important for us to keep, our head about us here and just really stay focused on, what's still to come. And we still have a lot of upside, guys. So right here, man, on the monthly, I want to pay attention to the monthly real quick because literally like this is the first like real big pullback that we've had ever since back here. We're putting in some form of a little shooting star. We got a day and 7 hours left on that to close. But something that I want to point out is the previous cycles. What's happened in the past? Where are we sitting at from the past cycles? And you can see that it is not common for us to put in more than one red month during this bull phase. I mean, even back here, you can see we did red, green, and that was a consolidation phase. I think that, December will probably close in the red unless we get up above. Where did this close at? Excuse me. Let's see. We closed at 96.4. So to be a green December, we need to get back above 96.4 in a day, in less than a day and a half. It could happen. I mean, it could happen, but I almost hope that it doesn't happen. I would rather close this out, bearish candle, whatever, nice pullback, reset everything, and then continue to the upside. But let's look at it, man. Like this is, to me, this is still wave 3 right here starting to form. I don't think wave 3 is over yet. If we do get that second red candle back to back, then I would say differently. But I do think that we're still in the making of our third impulse wave. We're still inside that Kennedy channel. If you draw it out, you'll see it on the shorter time frames. But this is not a bad thing, guys. Where can we go to? Well, right now we're being held up at support. If you switch it to the weekly, I think it is. Sorry, guys. You switch to the weekly, you can see that we're still holding up as support from these areas of interest. One being that first area, which is going to be the 92 to 95, I think it is 94 something and some change. We've got 3 red candles back to back. And it looks like we're actually bouncing on that. It looks ugly, man, because it's on the weekly. On the daily, you can probably see it a little bit better, but we're actually bouncing on that level. We did scam wick below it. But as long as we don't close below this, then I'm still feeling good about the weekly chart. The monthly still good. We're still in an uptrend on the monthly. On the weekly, we're still in an uptrend, because until we fall below this actual pullback right here, you know what I mean? If you're looking at this on the weekly, until we fall below this area here, then the bull market's canceled. On the daily, if you switch to the daily and you look at the daily, dude, we're having a correction phase, right? We're getting to the end of the rope. Obviously, everybody can see that we're having a correction phase. We broke through the previous swing high. We were making higher lows, and higher highs in this area. Finally ran out of steam, man, and we've broken below that previous swing low right here, and now we're correcting, right? So it looks like a three-wave correction. We did hold up at 92, so that is a good thing. If we fall below 92, man, $89,000 to $90,000 range right there is pretty much like the last line in the sand before we go back down to that 77K range. And you can see that huge volume gap that we've been talking about, man. I highlighted it with these light blue
avalanche
lines. Huge gap right there. Yeah, huge gap right there. But so far, man, that $92,000 level is holding up, man. So I feel good about that, bro. I feel very good about that.
Yeah, it's like we said, dude. I mean, I was expecting the bounce this morning. Like my actual prediction from Thursday's show was slow bleed over the weekend, bounce Monday morning. Here we are. It's not Monday morning. It's Monday afternoony. And we still have not got the bounce. But that's why I said, you guys, and it's a good thing we're making this other video, because maybe we can kind of get another mini update in the next video we do. But that range right there, just call that Witch Mountain, man. Escape from Witch Mountain. It's scary right now to look at. It's scary as shit, because you say, well, that's the path of least resistance, Sierra West. What's going on? Why? And I think that's what they're doing. I think they're trying to fucking trick everyone right now into thinking that we're going to go in that range. We need to go in that range. It's all over. Pack it up. We're going down there. And I think that's what their goal is right now, is to get a bunch of people to go short, thinking we're going to go into that range. You know what we need to look at, Wes? We need to look at fucking open interest. And we need to see where the money is.
I've got that pulled up too. Something I meant to point out on the weekly, because we're trying to just point out, like, if we do break through these levels, this is the main goal for this. If we do break through the 92 level, where are we going? And then if we break through that level, where are we going? That, sorry, guys. That brings me comfort, knowing which levels to look at if we break above or break below. And something I wanted to point out here was this Fibonacci, right? So from this impulse to the top wick, we came back and hit the 0.5. That's pretty common on the higher time frames. Lower time frames, you could get around, 0.618 or whatever. But on the higher time frames, 0.382, 0.5 is a pretty good pullback, man. So to take that and then to move it to the swing high up here, take the new higher low, and you can see that the 0.5 is at 79K. So in my opinion, dude, on the higher time frames, on the monthly, until we fall below that 79K or close below that, man, like, the uptrend continues. We continue putting in wave 3, wave 4 correction, wave 5 the peak. So I just wanted to point that out as well.
79K is not good, though, because my liquidation's at 87. So we need to stay above.
Oh, yeah. I meant to say 87.
Thank you. You guys, scratch everything. Scratch everything he just said. Replace that with 87.5. Okay? Because we don't want Sierra to get his ass wiped out again, even when I'm using fucking low leverage. God, come on, man. I'm below.
Can you add to your collateral, dude? You should be able to add to your collateral, and it'll bring your.
I'm not playing that shit. I lose enough with leverage trading. I'm not going to start paying smaller increments to add to slowly low, because then I feel like they're just watching me every time I add and go, okay, boys, never mind. 80, drop it down to 86.
Yeah, if it starts getting around there, man, I would consider probably adding some collateral, so it brings your liquidation level down, dude. It'll take it down.
There's no more on the side to do that with. That option's non-existent. Now, I will say this. I'm getting more responsible because I added a long position with a stop loss, y'all. First time today. But I also made it a stop limit order, or a limit. No, not a stop limit. It's just a limit order to get filled at a lower level on. I can't remember the coin, but I think it was Per on Hyperliquid, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I used one, Wes. Like you'd have been proud. I used actual stop loss and a lower entry, y'all. I actually used a lower entry. So instead of just going into a market long or short, I actually put a limit order below the market price to wait to see if it goes lower and gets filled and then rolls up. And I have a take profit and a stop loss on it. So I'm gonna see how that one plays out. And but nah, I'm not closing this other one, Wes. Screw them. Yeah. You know, if they're gonna drop us down to that range, if they're gonna drop us down to that fucking range and go below 90,000, they want to play at 79,000. That's fine. I'll just accumulate more low cap shitters. I don't care. So, like I said in my tweet earlier, I'm not playing games with these assholes. I know what they're trying to do. They're not going to shake me out of my coins. I've been waiting 4 years for this bull run. I'll wait another 4. I don't care. I won't sell these for another 4. So, and I don't think that's going to happen. I'm really, Michael Saylor said it on Altcoin Daily last night, you guys. He had an interview. I think it was last night's video. They did another interview with him and they said, well, what do you think about BlackRock manipulating the price of Bitcoin right now? And, Michael Saylor just, you know, he didn't really want to say anything directly about Finkster, but he just basically said, he's like, well, here's the thing. It's capital markets. It's a free market. If you want to sell your Bitcoin, you have the right to do it. He says, I think it's a stupid move, but you have the right. And that's what the whole point of this market's for. It's a free market. Yeah. So you are allowed to dump $3 billion worth of Bitcoin at one sale at 2 o'clock in the morning at whatever level you see fit. But just know that there's someone on the other side of that trade. And there's someone on the other side of that monitor that's looking at that and going, price just dipped. I'm going to buy. So that's what I'm kind of saying about this, dude. They could drop it. All the indicators are showing, yes, if we drop there, it'll be a range. But keep in mind, once they do that, it's free game for everybody else to buy more. So that's where your focus should be. That's where the focus should definitely be.
So the monthly guys, you see the overall trend. We're still in an uptrend, still bullish. I don't think we pull back to that $78,000 or $77,000. I personally don't think that. I'm just letting you know that it could. Like, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for it to drop down there. But again, one of those candles is a monthly candle, so you know what I mean. You have to kind of take it with a grain of salt. And you switch to the weekly right here. I just want to point out, man, okay, so we had this uptrend. We were holding that little area of support. I don't know if you can see that ascending channel that I have right here. That was holding up. We fell through it. A bullish engulfing candle right there, shooting star right next to it, getting our third candle. We don't get third candles back to back a lot, but I want to point out the confluence here. 0.5 at the 87.8, and it's also, when you drop it down to the 4 hour, it's also a huge area of attention right there. Or interest.
But you're still not
so that's
closing.
A huge area of interest right there.
You're not closing lower though, even if we bounce to that box, right? If you go back to that previous green candle, we haven't eaten that one out yet. Like we're still above that last candle.
So on the weekly, on the weekly and on the monthly, and that's why I was pointing this out. We haven't had any real significant pullbacks. This, to me, this little red candle, like, it was a pullback, man. It was a pullback, but I don't really consider that much of a threat, man. Like, this is a freaking pullback. 3 candles in a row engulfing. We got 2 formations that are bearish, you know what I mean? Back to back. That's a pullback to me. So that's going to be our swing low whenever we do find the extreme of wave 2 right here. Sorry, give me 1 second, man. Oh my God, this kid, dude. This kid. Sorry about that, man. But yeah, and then the volume gap. I think that's the more important things that I'm kind of paying attention to, man, is on the higher time frames, still good, dude. Still looking very good. On the shorter time frames, we're getting a short-term correction, a healthy correction. And then we're looking at these levels to hold us up. We got a volume gap right here, the confluence between the 0.5 and that volume gap. And we're still in an uptrend. Drop to the 4-hour. We're getting a correction, but it looks like we're bouncing on 92, and that's good. That's good.
So that looks, you know what it looks like to me, Wes? It looks like one of these reasons why we have the 2 show a week where we have a Thursday show breakdown, because we've got the new year. You know, I think everyone's moved around their money for the end of the year. That's it. I mean, if not, you got 24 fucking hours. So Wall Street, I think, is doing all of that. It is a new week. We're in Monday technically, but in the US, we're going through the New Year's Eve tomorrow. So we're starting 2025 in 48 hours. So you got to look at this. You're starting a new week and a new year. You're ending a monthly candle, but that monthly candle has still not eaten that third green candle. We haven't even retraced that candle. So technically speaking, we're still
our first one since we broke out.
We're looking pretty damn good, guys. I don't want to jinx the shit, but I'm more on the bullish side still. We're by a thread. It's by a thread, but we're still on the bullish side, and I think we're both still kind of calling bluff, like bullshit. I don't think they're going to drop it.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
We're going to watch it like a hawk. I'll tell you that. Me and Wes both. I'll be watching total global market cap. Wes will be watching his phone, and if anything changes, we'll give you updates on Twitter for sure.
Yeah. So on the short term, guys, I mean, I think we'll be getting a reversal very soon, but I do think this was needed, man. I do. And we're finally starting to build up levels, areas of interest in this range here, man. We've gone up here and we really haven't done anything else. So like us trading sideways and bouncing around and finding good support levels, that's healthy, man. And I love to see it. So, yeah.
I think we need, is that a monthly? That was a monthly chart, right?
Yeah, that was a monthly, yes.
So maybe January is potentially a sideways. Like just looking at that right there, it almost looks like we need to put in one more candle of sideways before we.
Right. And that's what I'm saying about the 0.5 is, even if we did pull back or we fall through that 92 or whatever, like 0.5 at the 87.8 range. I know you don't want to hear that, Siri.
No. That's still above. That's still above.
Okay.
I'm good by a couple $100.
Yeah, considering the volume gap and then the area of support that we're building up here on the lower time frames, I think that's a pretty healthy correction, man, even if we went to 87, 88,000.
That's where my liquidations like at the lower part of 87, like 87 literally right at 87, maybe 1 or 2 at the most. So, but they'll fucking wick it down and wipe my ass out if we go there.
Right. On the 1 hour, I just want to look at this real fast and just kind of see what we can expect in the short term here. Let me reset this. All right. So obviously, man, we're in this downtrend. We're making lower lows, lower highs. As you can see, we topped out here, lower low. That probably should have put that somewhere else, but we're making lower lows, lower highs. And now finally, actually you would go here and then there, but now finally it looks like we're having a bullish candle, man. We're breaking up, and that's a good thing. But we need to break above not only this area that we're sitting at right now, and it looks like we're breaking above now, but this counter trend area right here as well. So I think that on the short term, if you're trading on the 1 hour or something, you want to see these levels get taken out, these extremes, these pullbacks. You want to see all these levels get taken out before we continue up. But before I say a full reversal is in, you want to see us break above at least this area right here, this previous swing high, lower high, lower low, lower high here. Jesus,
and
man,
what number is that level? What number is that? Where is that at?
I mean, it's the 1 hour. Yeah, it's the 1 hour. So
that's right around 94.
You're talking, 90, 95, and then it's our big area when we're looking at the monthly chart. So yeah, like 95, man. Let's break up above 95 and we'll see what happens there. But until we break above 95, I'm not going to call a reversal yet. But we have.
We are at the tail ass, bottom ass, most bottom part you could be of that zone too. Like we had that zone up.
Right.
We had that zone up. We are right. Like you couldn't trace that line closer to the bottom of that zone. And that's what I was saying. Like, I wonder if they're doing that on purpose. Cause they're looking at all these levels. I mean, they're not looking at these levels. BlackRock and Vanguard probably doesn't even have to look at their screens at this point. They have an assistant that comes up and whispers in their ear when they need to come actually look at a monitor because all their bots are doing the shit for them. But, and that's how they do it on the major level. They're not playing around like we are. But, I think.
Yeah, we just crossed 94.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. As long, like I said, the level I'm watching right now is more so 90,000. Like, if we go below 90,000, that's my that's going to be my all bets are off kind of line. Then I'm going to say, all right, shit, now we got to get serious. We may go below this level, but as long as we stay above 90, dude, that's
you're looking at 90.
I'm confident if we stay above 90 that we'll maybe stay in this zone a while and let them scoop up and accumulate in this zone. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I've got 89.8. These are zones, guys. When I put these zones up, like that's what their ranges, man. Like if it goes over $500, I mean, that's kind of what they want to do right here. If I would have put my stop loss at 92, I would have got stopped out and,
they would have wiped him out. They would have took all the money. Yeah. And so just because there's at a level, my level's 87,000. So that's why I said I got to be real careful. Because like if Wes said, if they bring it to 87,800, do you really think that, if they see me and a couple other jackholes like me have trades open down at 87K, they'll say, you know what? Go ahead, drop it down there real quick, wipe them out. And because that's what they do. So you do want to try to put your liquidation levels a lot lower than where you actually think the price is going to go because these scam
they're looking at those levels. Yeah, they're looking at those levels too, yo. That's for sure. But I mean, yeah, man, we could put in a nice little reversal here. We've had our fifth wave to the downside and a nice bullish engulfing candle here. Let's break above 95 and see if we can continue up. But I'm still feeling good about the markets, as a whole, man. I think we're still good, man. And we have a long way to go. We looked at this chart before previous, and I think this kind of tells it all, man. It shows where we're at in the market. Plenty of time to go. Still a lot of upside. I'm thinking top around October 2025. What was your call on that? I can't remember what you said, Siri.
I said that I think we're going to get a double whammy, meaning we're going to get a two peak thing, kind of like in 2017. I think our first peak, well, whether or not I think the first peak comes around May, the numbers on the market say every time we do go and sell in May and walk away, that's the stock world shit. So I do think that you will see a lot of these boomers are going to sell in May, and possibly walk away. I say that, but then again, my portfolio, when it was at the all-time highest it ever was, I remember it was on when I was on Robinhood and it was on my birthday. It was on freaking in the middle of June. So the sell in May did not work that year. Or maybe even if it did, it didn't matter because I was in altcoins. Maybe I was catching the altcoin pump. I don't know. But May, I think we get our first run up until May. I think we get a cool off little one. And then I think we get the end of the year rally, the October, November, December that Bitcoin is infamous for. I think that's, but more importantly than when, you guys, is where. And when I say where, I mean, where are we on this chart, which is the Crypto Remora top chart between this one and the Pi cycle indicator. These are the two charts we need to be studying almost every day. Once we break above this level, Wes, we need to be watching this chart every day. And we need to be so familiar with this chart. Is there a way you can zoom in on the RSIs to where we are now so we can like see it bigger on? Yeah. Okay, so this is what I want to look at right now. At the top, you guys, where Wes has this marked off at the top of those green, I call them mountains, like, the top of a mountain. Every time we're at the top there, am I correct, Wes? This is the actual cycle tops for each cycle.
Yeah.
So if that's the top, if you want to sell the top of the cycle, you need to be watching this chart too. And you know, this chart is exclusive to Crypto Remora. This is our actual chart that we designed together. Actually, Wes did it on his own, but I say we because we're a team. This chart is beautiful because it'll show you literally in real time where we are, and where he's got that blue circle. That's pretty much where we are right now. The line is, you know, kind of making a double top right there. And are we done? Is it over? Hell no. We're not even close to the freaking top. We still got plenty of room to run, you guys. Now, Crypto Holmes asked, are we going to 100,000, 150K? Well, some YouTubers are calling for that. I personally am not. I'm calling for $275,000 Bitcoin this cycle within 12 months. And that's my call, and I'm not changing it for anything. Now, if we go well above that, obviously I'll change my call, but until that chart that you were just looking at even gets close to the top, I am still 100% on board with a $275,000 Pico top Bitcoin with Ethereum well over $11,000, which would put the alts in a very, very sexy way. If Ethereum's above 11,000 for one ETH, can you imagine the memes? Can you imagine the low caps, dude? I mean, you guys should be getting excited about this shit. I know it's a red day. I know it's a scary day, but you also got to turn that switch on and remember what you're dealing with all these red days for.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the altcoin season is right around the corner. I'm excited for that, man. Honestly, I mean, Bitcoin can go to, you know, 150K, 200K. It doesn't matter to me. I just know that the altcoins are going to fucking rip ass, dude. And if you're in the right ones, you're going to do very well, dude. So that's what's important for me. Bitcoin, I look at the Bitcoin chart for timing. And I'm not trying to time the exact moment. You know, you get hurt doing that. But I look at it for guidance, I guess. You know what I mean? Like an overall guidance. And I think that's been pretty good so far.
So what we should do, we should start thinking about wrapping it up so that we can start on the dedicated video, which is we could try to do live local recording and just roll with it live if you wanted to, which would technically end this stream, and then we would begin another one and just do live local recording. Or we could do pre-recorded. That's up.
Yeah, we'll talk about it for sure. It's whatever, man. I think that the pre-recorded would probably be better so we can edit like little things and make it nice, but it doesn't matter, man. I probably won't have time to really edit anything anyways.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In reality, we're probably not going to be able to edit, but or we could just roll right into it from here. But I don't know. I think we should just wrap up our weekly stream and then either recreate a new one or do the pre-recorded. But price targets real quick before we jump off, guys. Price targets, Wes, for the short term, just for the short term, not long term. We already know our long term, but for the short term, meaning going over the new year, coming into the new year, which is over the next 5 days. Where are our numbers at?
I'm going to stick with on the daily chart, guys. On the daily, I do think, honestly, man, I really do believe that we probably come down to the second area. I'm sorry. I know people don't want to hear that, but it's really up to pretty much how this week goes, man. We have, what is it, the daily? We got 6 hours left in the day. 6 hours left in the day. Man, you can barely even see a body in that, dude. 6 hours left in the day. That looks like a bullish candle if that's the body wicking all the way down.
It's hard to tell with the yellow
that's pretty
there.
Bullish, man. Yeah, that's pretty bullish right there, man. For it to, yeah, that's a candle, man.
Okay, so that's a wick. That's an actual bullish pin bar if that's what that is. Yeah, that's a good candle.
So
that's bullish.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about the 3-wave here.
Just by
we talked about. I mentioned the 3-wave here. We get our.
That's so close,
3-wave correction down.
They cut it so close.
Done here with lower high, lower low, lower high, and yeah. So I think that as long as we break up back above 95, which is going to be kind of around this area here, this previous candle, break up above that, continue to the upside, and then we want to break above this swing high on the daily here, and that's going to be right at 100K, man. We need to get back above 100K for this to be a 3-wave correction. Let's break above 95, then break above 100K, and then it's off to the races. Then we're going to be testing this previous all-time high back here. But yeah, we're looking good, guys. We're looking good. It's just a nice little correction here.
So by Thursday's show, where are we at? New Year. We're on Thursday night stream. Where are we going to be? What price?
Damn.
I'm gonna hold you accountable. We got to make our calls every week, whether we want to or not.
A lot of people, I think just for the sake of it, I think I'm gonna say above 100K. Goodbye 2024, dude. Let's fucking close above 100K and let's start a new year, man. So I would love to see us break above this previous swing high on the daily, and that's right above 100K.
He went all permabull on.
That's what I'll go with.
Okay. All right, let's go. Let's
just having fun, man. Just having fun.
That's good. All right, so this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say in reality that the number I was thinking was between 96 and 98K on the bounce from the 92K. Yeah. We didn't get that, but we're getting pulled down right now in that wick. That's a bullish pin bar. Dude, I'm gonna say I want to be right there with you at 100K, because honestly, my target would not change from between 96 to 98. But being we went this low, we have this pull down by Thursday, though. What do you think? God candle? I mean, in 3 days, let's go, dude. 100K in 3 days. That's ballsy. I'm gonna go slightly bare. I'm gonna go slightly under you, and I'm gonna say 98K, because then if it's like the price is right shit, I still am closer. I'm gonna say around 98. I'm gonna say 90, 97.5 by Thursday. I think we bounce. I think we go back up. Now, you guys don't get pissed off at us if we do go below it. We are trying to be permabulls, and we are not psychics. We are technical analysts, and technical analysts can be wrong. This is only meant to help you. It's not a crystal ball.
Oh, for
but
sure.
It does help you, and it identifies levels. But either way, you should be positive about all this price action. It's still good.
Yeah, I think the RSI is looking good too. Everything's kind of resetting, man. It's given us that opportunity to reset on the daily, at least in the shorter time frames. We've reset, and it gives us room to move here, man. But we do have some support right now that we're being held up at. And again, fall through that, we're probably going to that 87, 88, 89. I don't want to say 87 because that's your level, man.
Brock,
but anyway, that box right here, that box.
Brock in the world, shout out, says Bitcoin likes to freak people out of the market and take off without giving them the good entries they are holding out for. 100%, Brock. We agree with you on that. That is what we pretty much are thinking is going on right now. We are at the end of the freak out rope. There's not much more room to freak out on this zone. So, unfortunately, we won't know that by this stream because we're just at the tail end. So I'm still thinking between now and Thursday, a lot of shit could happen. And, but yeah, we will give you guys updates, on that if something happens, and maybe even jump on stream. Wes, do you have anything else you want to go over before we?
No, I think that's it, man. Just everybody keep your head on, man. Like we're in a bull run. We have these corrections, man. Don't freak out, dude. Don't listen to people that are telling you that, this is over. Like, it's not over, man. Everything is pointing towards continuation to the upside. This correction was healthy. Yes, we could go down a little bit more. That's an opportunity to buy, and that's it, man. That's really it.
Yeah,
and stay tuned for the next episode.
Yeah, and make sure you guys, we didn't really talk about it in this one a lot, which is good because we wanted to save some of the juicy details. But you need to tune into this next one for real, because this is important. We got a lot of really good people that are the cream is going to rise to the top. Let's just say that the hardworking crews on Solana are working together, and that's the only teaser I'm giving you. You got to tune in for the video for the rest. So,
yeah, a huge opportunity right here that we're pretty much going to feed you guys, man. So yeah, super bullish on them, and I'm ready for the video, man. But that's all I got, dude. That was nice and quick.
Yeah, you guys make sure you smash the likes, please. That helps us out on the YouTube channel. Smash the like, share the stream if you want to get crazy help. But we love you. We'll see you back on Thursday. But make sure you tune in because we're going to drop the next video within the next hour or two. So don't go nowhere. Don't go too far.
Yeah, we had some new people in here too, man. Make sure you guys are subscribed, dude. We do this twice a week. Come back and see us on Thursday.